Hello and welcome back to Corben Comics Reviews. This is of 2001's Marvel Comics' Startling Stories Banner, 4-issue limited series. Here's the other three there. Let's get to it. 62 minutes ago. Rampage. We find out soon what caused the rampage. By the way, this city that he's currently in is Santa Fe. Doesn't get much better than that. In the aftermath, now. Brian Azzarello is the writer as well, who also did last video's Cage, 5-issue limited series. So you can see these helicopters coming in, and this is the Delta Response Force led by, we'll see in a minute, these two pilots here talking it over, saying, one guy says this must be a level 6 disaster. And he said if that was a level 6, you'd see a giant crater. That's a level 3. And this is Doc Samson on the scene with his attack squad force. And he just gets some information about what's going on. Tells us, I don't know, he's a sergeant major. Tells him about how he's going to just draw a false narrative here about a tornado. Just to keep the public in the dark. But he's on a mission to find the man responsible. Look at their arms on that. Guy's ripped. Ripped. So here's Banner back, reverted back, wandering around a town. You just see basically, you know, his entire life, mindset, entire spirit is just broken. You give him a sedative and take him in to the local hospital. You'll see it here. There it is. Wow. And he tells them he's a doctor and that he can help. So they let him hop around. Here's an officer on a cot. And they talk a little bit. Banner notices that. He's standing over the cop. And he remembers back to what caused the rampage. So he was sleeping at a hostel and he gets mugged. He put a pillow over his face. He's starting to suffocate. And then there, I lost my temper. And they turn around and Bruce is gone. There's the empty holster. And they walk into the mountains. So you see him up on this mountaintop. Sun's coming up. Forgive me for what I've done, for what I'm about to do. Puts a gun in his mouth. And boom. Blam. Okay, that's issue 1. Alrighty. Opens up. First scene is top of the mountain. Is that Banner's body? No. Spits out the bullet. Hyper instantaneous chain reaction. Just switch of the Hulk. He figures it out, Banner. And here we go, another rampage. Look at that. He starts to fight the mountain. So there's news to the government. Here's news. There's Samson at the base, and they tell him that there's some action going on. So he gets his attack force squadron. Check that out. It's like 30 helicopters. And this big fight here in the desert. And there's the end of that mountain that we saw. Smashed it. Well, so they throw a missile at him, shoot a missile. We get that. Fighting, they send another missile, direct hit. And it really doesn't even phase him. Okay, and try a little razzle dazzle just to confuse him. Some gunfire. Hulk has some other ideas though, and he crouches into the ground. Then pull up. Oh, here we go, and smash. Takes out a helicopter. So they have one objective though. There is a mission objective in this, and we'll see it in a second. Samson takes this opportunity to jump in, crawls out underground, under the bottom of the helicopter, and we get a 2-page spread. Just pretty sweet. Sends him flying. And that's basically to get him dazed enough so they can shoot this missile, and it puts a gel on him. And we'll see what that's later, but pisses Hulk off. He flies into the helicopter, overshoots it, and gets the helicopter blade in the head. So that would send him even more over the edge. Helicopter blade to the head. And Samson's work is done. So he hightails it away and gives his orders to a few more squadrons to keep Hulk busy, keep him away from populated areas. And that's it for 3. We'll find out what happened with that missile. That's it for issue 2 and 3. See the progression of the banner on the top. A little damage on the right, and then it starts to break here, and then it's breaking down even more. There's number 4. So nice little. Okay, so here we have Samson. And this talks to General Ross. To go over plans. Words come in that the squadron that Samson sent to occupy Hulk, no survivors. So, a little bit of a power struggle between these two. Samson has an angle of sort of being related in a way to Banner. So he's got some connection there. Well, so Banner's reverted back again. After everything's calmed down, goes to a liquor store. It's closed. See these guys. They come to the door, and he wants water. So the guy gives him a bottle of water. They're holding up this place, by the way. Okay. So we have some water. He's about to drink it. This dog comes from nowhere, knocks it out of his hand. He's about to turn, but he calms down. So much for the water. Hold on here. Okay, so let's go back to the base. And again, this is Samson and Ross arguing. Who's in command? What's the objective? And there's obviously, when that dog attacked Banner and he calmed down, since then and here, there's been something happening at that gas station. We'll find out in a minute. So here's Banner and Samson. Or Ross and Samson, sorry. These two are not liking each other. Oh, shit. Did I miss? Okay, sorry. The dog calmed him down, but all of a sudden the police arrive. Freeze! And he's backing up. He's backing up there, and he scorpion. And he transforms. Okay. So Samson goes to the gas station. There's damage and chaos everywhere. And him and Hulk have a conversation. What pissed you off this time? You. Me, no way. You know. Where is he? Who? Banner. You're right, I do know where he is. Tell. Why should I? Smash. And Samson goads the Hulk. Is that a smeared? It's like a smeared body. That's crazy. I'll tell you where Banner is when you calm down. And then he fight. It's not really even a fight. Hulk throws him about 60 feet through the window. He's about to get up, brush himself off, walks in again. Hulk's still pissed and taps him on the shoulder. Huh? Offers up his kisser, points, and gives him a couple good shots, left and a right, and just aggravates him. All right, your turn. Best shot. And there he is. Missile. Lies down. Seeing stars. And as soon as he's getting up, Hulk just jumps right on him. Smashes him. And just continues to pound him until Samson gives up where Banner is. 1, 2, 3. Banner's out there. 4, 5. Banner. So he's sent off into the desert. And as we get to issue 4, in that and between here, the Hulk eventually calmed down and transformed back into Banner. And this is a small town. Banner's talking about why he usually ends up in this region of the United States, Santa Fe and stuff. And he says that people line dry their laundry out in the sun, which means he gets to steal clothes after his... Sometimes there's money in the pocket. So he gets to steal clothes after the rampages. Okay, notice this propane is going to come into play. He's sitting on... He's looking for some help. It's just a little scene of him getting treated like dirt. But then this guy comes over. Peace. And Banner's on a bench, you know, reading about this, another of his monster, you know, destructive rampages, and that's his existence. And he sees the pigeon fall asleep on his feet, all these other birds fall asleep, and Banner's knocked out. So it was the propane truck. It was actually a gas. The whole town got knocked out. And it's obviously part of Ross's and Samson's right there operation. So they capture Banner and bring him back to the base. And Samson and Ross start to talk about the plans. So here he is. They've captured him. And this doctor comes in, and Ross... Okay, so this our patient, General Ross? Patient, interesting. What kind of doctor are you, Ford? I'm a surgeon, a neurosurgeon. So Samson clues in. Yeah, I never thought about doing that. So they're going to lobotomize him, which is basically turn his brain off. So he's basically a vegetable. And these two argue about it. Pulling rank, Ross is reminding him who's the real ultimate boss. But Samson sticks around and has a little chat with Banner. And they talk about, you know, the greatest, Samson's arguing one of the greatest scientific minds is going to be gone. And he, you know, the military can help him have all the resources. But Banner sets him straight and tells him of a story of when the actual military got their hands on him. It's that after the one day, instead of the drugs they gave him, they took me on a plane ride. I didn't know where I was, and I really wasn't in much shape at the time to ask. I was still kind of groggy from the drugs. I remember I'd never been in that kind of plane before, and I remember I'd never been outside one either. I remember the ground getting closer, the city below. And I remember waking up on the ground. And the city was gone. And they basically turned him into a bomb. I don't remember what happened in between, but I know I was responsible. That's why I ran. The gamma bomb wasn't the next stage in warfare. I was. So that's what the government had planned for him. Just track him, capture, drop him, bomb, capture, and repeat. So basically, it's possible that what Ross is trying to do is lobotomize him. That still makes him possible to become the Hulk. All right. But Samson here says no, death is better than that option. And so Samson ties these strings together, and it would suffocate. No more air, just gas. Die whole. So you see, Doc, Leonard, Bruce, thank you. Right. Thump thump. Thump, thump. Thump. Nothing. Thump. Thump, thump. And that's it. That is the end of issue 4, my review of Banner. Thank you for watching. Any comments? I'd welcome. Thank you.